Please welcome Pat Byrne and Colin Brooks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
There it is.
And she circled the wagons, she didn't give me a chance. And she pulled my heart out with a seismic glance. And this race was over before it even began. If I was a horse, they'd shoot me, but I'm only a man. And if I had a designer, he was well equipped. He was tried and tested, and he stuck to the script. He drank a bottle of brandy before he drew up my plans. If I was a house, they'd knock me down, but I'm only a man. I get lost in translation, I fly into a rage, and I splatter affection all over the page. But this is no love story, and we're not Jack and Diane. If I was a letter, you'd return me, but I'm only a man. And the songs of fondness carry me up towards the planets. Then the songs of numbness send me crashing back down to earth. I'd catch the stars if they'd help me know what you're thinking. If I could paint your dreams, then I would, for all that it's worth. But I can't. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lying here on the floor, waiting for an answer, for your knock at the door. But you're on greener pastures, you've slipped through my hands, and still if I had wings I'd fly to you, but I'm only a man.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. We've been in New Mexico for about 10 days now. We floated the Rio Chama last weekend, played some music on the river. It was really fun. There wasn't much water we could have done with this last week, but we had a great time. And this is my first time ever playing at Santa Fe, which is great. And despite this Texas accent that I've picked up, I'm from Ireland. I moved to Austin, Texas about 9 years ago. I was a wedding band singer in Ireland for about 10 years before that. And if I had to do Brown Eyed Girl one more time, things were going to get messy there. So I moved to Austin, where there was a bunch of great songwriters. I wanted to be a songwriter, and I moved into a house with two other Irish lads in their mid-20s, and we didn't have a clue how to take care of ourselves, and we lived in squalor. And writing songs was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I was thinking maybe I should have stuck with Brown Eyed Girl. But it all worked out great in the end. But there was several months where it was tough going. And I wrote this song about 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting in the kitchen of that house. And it's called Feeling Indigo.
Is that muted?
I was wondering about that.
Woo! We better start over.
There's a smell here in the kitchen, and there's stains on all the walls, and the dirty dishes keep getting taller and taller, and I'm rejecting all my calls. And reasons to be grateful, reasons to believe. These lists keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and I'm forgetting how to breathe. But nothing's gonna happen when you're saving all your rations, staring at a fork in the road, filled with indecision, feeding superstition till your head explodes. You're feeling indigo. You're feeling indigo. And for so long now I've been losing, 'cause I didn't know the game. Well, lately I've been studying up on the rule book, and so far all the outcomes stay the same. And I was daydreaming on the freeway, and this preacher was selling it well. He said, God save those who live in comfort, while all the sinners sink into hell. And nothing's gonna happen when you're saving all your rations, staring at a fork in the road, filled with indecision, feeding superstition till your head explodes. You're feeling indigo. You're feeling indigo. And I don't wanna walk away. I'm just needing something true. When everything around is gray, but I'm not really feeling blue. I'm feeling indigo. I'm feeling indigo. Yeah, I'm feeling indigo. I'm feeling indigo.
Thank you.
Could I have a little more of Pat's guitar over here? Feel a little alone over here, all by myself.
I'm here. I'm from. Have you been to Ireland? You know Kilkenny City. I'm from about 20 minutes outside Kilkenny City. It's a little village called Borris in County Carlow. Nobody knows where it is, but everyone knows where Kilkenny is. So, Kilkenny. You hearing that?
Yeah.
Take a sip of this. I'm dry up here. My lips are just solid as a rock since we got here.
Your jokes are a little dry, too. Maybe that'll help.
Turn his mic off, please, Randy.
They can still hear me.
Not at home. That last song's called Feeling Indigo, and I was singing it a few years ago, and there's a line in the second verse where I say, God save those who live in comfort while all the sinners sink into hell. And the crowd erupted into applause, and I was like, wow, that's a good line. But it turns out I was just in a town called Comfort, Texas. They were real happy to be saved. You lived in Comfort? It's beautiful. Anyway, this one's called Favorite Part of Me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Someday he'll be ready at the start of the song.
Someday you'll give me a set list and follow it.
It's been the same every night. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they were telling me I wasn't good for nothing, loading the back burner, dropping out of school. And I always felt like I was half of something better. I think I discovered every single way to lose. So I made something from a little piece of nothing. It seemed like sometimes that's all I knew how to do. I went looking for a bit of inspiration, and that was about the time that I ran into you. I never followed any rules they were making, I only knew the ones to break. I never saw a risk that wasn't worth taking, and if you left me I wouldn't know what to do. My favorite part of me has always been you were feeling like it wasn't going nowhere, freight hopping trains that were running out of steam, asking the world for more than it could give you. The pawn shop dealer left you nothing for your dreams. You tried following the rules they were making, you went and broke your lucky break. And just when it felt like all the colors were fading, black and white until you came out of the blue. My favorite part of me has always been you, and if you left me I wouldn't know what to do. My favorite part of me has always been you. And I always kept my fingers crossed, I stopped too long to count the cost before I found that I was lost. We made something from a little piece of nothing, and it seemed that sometimes that's all we knew how to do. We went looking for a bit of inspiration, and that was about the time I fell in love with you.
Thank you.
Whit?
I'll take a little more of this guitar if you can as well, Randy. Thanks. Well, this is the only job I've ever had, and it is difficult to maintain a romantic relationship when you're on the road most of the time. I've been out on the road since April, but I'm driving back to Texas tonight. But it's gotten in the way of several relationships, and this song's about that. It's called Blown Out Candles.
Well, I wish I had headlights to give us some light. We'll have to stop a little early to sleep for the night. But the load feels lighter when I'm cooking for two. And the smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. And I'm a creature of comfort, but I expect the worst. Some folks, they'd look at how we're living and they'd say that we're cursed. But a curse is just a promise, it's a coward's taboo. And the smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. And the East Coast winters make for treacherous nights. But I had a truckload of blankets and I could hold you so tight. And I'd read from the pages that I'd written for you. And then you'd blow out the candles when the pages were through. And you said that all you needed was a bed and 4 wheels. But I knew that one more winter would change how you feel. And the miles we left behind were miles we couldn't undo. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. And the glow on our faces flickers in the dark and yellow light. And I look for traces of you beside me almost every night. And so I said I'd get a job and try to build us a life. And then when things came together, I could make you my wife. You said you couldn't bear to watch me leave this life that I knew. So now I can't light a candle without thinking about you. And then you moved across the country, I watched you drive away. 3 years into these pages and I set them all ablaze. All these songs of tandem hearts you said you'd outgrew. And the smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. Yeah, the smell of blown out candles makes me think about you. The smell of blown out candles makes me think about you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. Scarface used to tell me, gone are the fishing days. The Cajuns fish the redfish all the way. And that dirty-haired woman said she'd be mine till the end, till the Cajuns stop dancing and the redfish are back again. And Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. See, I thought to myself I'd have done it all by now, but I got stuck in Galveston somehow. She's twisting and she's turning, and she won't leave me alone. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd drive me home. Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. You see, I thought to myself I'd be 5 years gone. Everyone I used to know has just moved on. Now it's me and Mother Ocean, and we stare out into the night. And the boats are tight and there's not a soul in sight. 'Cause I thought to myself I'd have done it all by now, but I got stuck in Galveston somehow. Yeah, she's twisting, she's turning, and she won't leave me alone. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'd drive me home. Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. One more time. The Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. It sure looks good in Galveston tonight. And I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. Yeah, Scarface in the corner, he's looking for a fight. And it sure looks good in Galveston tonight. I'm right in the middle of the riffraff, and the roughnecks are wasting time. But the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. Yeah, the girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine. The girl with the dirty hair said she'll be mine.
Thank you. I could hear some more of his dobro as well, please.
So Pat, do you do Snow Cone Man too?
No, I love everything that Adam Carroll does, but that's the only one I know, I think. Have you had him here?
Not here, but we've had him before. Me and Chris.
He's amazing. Well, last year I ended a 6-year relationship, and I moved into an apartment by myself, and I've never lived alone before. And turns out I love living alone. It's been great. But the first night I moved in was weird, and I wrote this song all of a sudden, and it's called Inside Out. I'm gonna have to plug this tuner back in, if you don't mind muting the guitar.
Are you guys comfortable if we need to turn some fans on for you?
Not too bad.
No, it's okay.
Hi, Zeke. Haven't seen you forever.
I'm sorry. Waiting for someone to tune their guitar is like waiting for an airplane mechanic. It's worth it.
No crashing.
Exactly. Hang in there.
I bought some fake plastic trees, 'cause they don't require too much out of me. And I haven't been drinking, it doesn't mean that I quit. I'm just trying to weed out some answers for some pieces to fit in with the schemers. Wrestle the dreamers, forcing it upside down. 'Cause I've been accusing the hopeless, afraid of the faithful, twisting it inside out. I put myself under the thumb. When stuff feels good, I tell myself that it's dumb. And it plays like a movie with a half-baked script. It doesn't have any music, and it looks like, should I destroy it? Start fresh from the offset, make space, turn it upside down. 'Cause I've been befriending the pretense, stonewalling the righteous, twisting it inside out. And I can't compete with the lightning rod, scrambling the thoughts running round in my head. It feels like dystopian forces are pulling the strings, making changes and moving the goalposts, winning again and again and again. I stare straight up at a point in the sky. I wait for the shadows to pass me by. An hour feels like a decade when I'm perfectly still. If I'm not distracted or tortured, I need someone to shine like a spotlight back up at the A-frame and swivel me upside down. 'Cause I've been invoking the heathens, resisting the heroes, twisting it inside out. That's right, I'm one with the fearful, siding with the powerful, making my upside down. I'm advocating the preachers, abandoning reason, pushing my insides out.
Thank you. This next one I didn't write. It's from one of my best friends. His name is Eric Betancourt. He's a great songwriter in Austin. And he'd been singing this song around town for a while, and I just loved the song, and for some reason he never recorded it. So I asked him if I could, and he gave me his blessing. And now it's my song, and you can buy it here from me if you'd like. It's free everywhere else in the world, but you can buy it from me if you'd like. And Eric is a very strange man. He's addicted to hot yoga. He does hot yoga several times a day, and it looks like someone that does hot yoga several times a day, like a piece of jerky kind of person walking around. And when the pandemic happened, hot yoga was one of the first things to go, obviously. But luckily we live in Texas, so he would just go outside and do yoga. And he joined an online Zoom yoga class, and he would take his laptop out to his garden and do yoga, and he saved a fortune, and it all worked out great. And one day I got a text from him that he had fallen in love with his Zoom yoga instructor, and he was going to drive to Maine to be with her. And I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. But a few days went by, and he showed up at my house, and he was doing the round saying goodbye to everyone. He packed up his van with all his earthly possessions, and he was driving to Maine to be with the Zoom yoga instructor, and I was devastated because, like I said, he's one of my best friends. He's a great part of the music scene down there. And I was sad to see him go, but also very happy for him that he found someone to love. And I wished him all the best and waved him into the sunset, and he drove to Maine to be with the Zoom yoga instructor. And then 2 weeks later, he was back in Austin. And he had written this song about the whole thing, which worked out great for me.
You said I should have tried harder. I said I didn't know what that meant. You said it is what it is then. You said it is what it is till it isn't. We're always talking past one another, as if the sound waves are bent. Though I plead for understanding, you said it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, you said it is what it is till it isn't. And maybe we should just let go, and you pretend I never came. And maybe we could try to find some peace of mind in this beautiful mistake. You had to look behind door number 2. You played your game outside the limits. And though I begged and I pleaded, you still did it. Yes, I guess it is what it is till it isn't. I guess it is what it is till it isn't. And I'm past the point of letting go. In the southern sun I know my place, but maybe we could find some peace of mind in the afterglow of this beautiful mistake, of this beautiful mistake. So now I lean into the pain, The sorrow is quite magnificent. Though you begged and you pleaded, I said it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, I said it is what it is till it isn't. I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Yes, it is what it is till it isn't. And like I said, Eric wrote this song, and sadly it's become one of my more popular songs. And he comes to my gigs and he loves when people are singing along, and he kind of rubs it in my face. And Eric hates the band Oasis, so I squeezed this Oasis song into the middle of the song just so he would stop coming. And today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. And by now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street, the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before, you never really had a doubt. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. She said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Then she said it is what it is till it isn't. Oh, I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Yeah, she said it is what it is till it isn't. I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Could you sing that with us? I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Yeah, she said it is what it is. We can be a little bit louder than that. It is what it is till it isn't. Yeah, I guess it is what it is till it isn't. Lovely. 4 more times. It is what it is till it isn't. 3 more times. It is what it is till it isn't. Yeah, I said it is what it is till it isn't. I guess it is what it is. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. A letter of marque came from the king to the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Oh, Elsid Barrett, cried the town, how I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. For 20 brave men, all fishermen, who would make for him the Antelope's crew. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Oh, the Antelope sloop was a sickening sight. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. She had a list to the port and her sails in rags, and the cook and the scuppers with the staggers and jags. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. On the King's birthday we put to sea. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. We were 91 days to Montego Bay, pumping like madmen all the way. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. On the 96th day we sailed again. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. When a bloody great Yankee hove in sight, with our cracked 4-pounders we made to fight. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Oh, the Yankee lay low down with gold. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. She was broad and fat and loose in the stays, but to catch her took the antelope 2 whole days. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Then at length we stood 2 cables away. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Our cracked 4-pounders made an awful din, but with one fat ball the Yanks stove us in. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Oh, the antelope shook and pitched on her side. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. And Barrett was smashed like a bowl of eggs. The main truck carried off both me legs. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. So, you wish. Here I lay in my 23rd year. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. It's been 6 years since we sailed away, and I just made Halifax yesterday. God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Thank you. It's not fun singing that at this altitude. I'm going to do one and take a break, is that right? And we saved all our best songs till the next half, so don't go anywhere. And if you'd like to buy some merchandise, I have a bunch of stuff out there, and whatever you give me goes straight into my fuel tank, and I really appreciate it. I don't need your money, but the people I owe money to would really appreciate it. And I've got hats and shirts and CDs, and recently a friend of mine in Austin, Michaela Kelton, has been turning all my old guitar strings into jewellery. So I have like earrings and necklaces and bracelets all out there. Come take a look. If you want to have my sweaty G-strings hanging off you, I can do a deal for you.
Drink some more water.
This is a song I wrote about a tree that I planted when I was a kid. When I was 11 years old, my class in school took a field trip to the botanical gardens in Ireland. They're a beautiful Japanese-style garden in County Kildare in Ireland. And I don't remember anything about the trip, but at the end of it, they gave each of us, there was 24 of us in the class, and we each got a little baby silver birch tree to bring home and plant in our garden. And so that's what we did. We went home and planted them at our homes. And I grew up in a police station. My dad is a cop, and we're from a tiny village. There's like 1,200 people. So just one of the rooms in our house was the police station, which is a weird way to grow up, but that's how I did it. And that's where I planted the silver birch tree. And a few years after I planted it, my dad retired and we had to leave that house. And so I never got to see the tree growing up, you know. And then I moved to America and forgot about it even more. But a few years back, I was visiting friends in my hometown and noticed they all had this beautiful big silver birch tree. And I remembered the day that we got them, and I wanted to go see if mine was still standing there. So I drove to the police station, and it was there behind the police station. It was the tallest tree. And I went around the back to take a closer look. And it was a horrible looking tree. I planted it in a silly part of the garden. It was right in the corner, up against a stone wall, and it was underneath the branches of the neighbour's apple tree that were hanging over the stone wall. So it had to take this horizontal journey out around the wall and underneath the branches, all over the place. But then eventually it found the sun and shot up, and it was the tallest tree. And I thought it was funny because all my friends' trees were just perfectly perpendicular, straight-edged things. And they're all accountants and teachers and lawyers and doctors. And it looked like their trees just knew what they were doing with themselves, like they did. And my tree was this twisty, turny, all over the place. They hadn't a clue what was going on, much like myself. But despite all the twists and turns, my tree was the same height as theirs. And I thought it was worth writing a song about it. And when I got back to Austin, I wrote this song called Small Trees. Do you remember those small trees they gave us at the Japanese Gardens 2001? And like beacons they stand now in our gardens at home as we venture out into the storm. Our canvas is blank, our odometer's low, our acquaintances yet to be found. And with every mistake, success and heartbreak, those roots find their way through the ground to the trees we're eternally bound. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count your days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. He handed me harvest, and then he jumped on a train. And I got back in the backseat alone, staring out at the clouds, distant mountains move slow, whizzing past telephone poles. A man needs a made heart of gold, old man. But the disc started skipping before I got to Alabama, but the damage was done. So I started the record once more, and I rested my head to the door. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count your days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way.
Yeah, if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. Thank you so much. We'll be hanging out over there. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. I'm gonna start with this is an autobiographical song I wrote, and someone asked me out there if I'm able to make a living doing this. And just about, it's not really, but I'm still alive. And I started doing this when I was 16. My dad bought me a guitar, and I played a gig in my local pub, and they gave me €200 for it, and I couldn't believe it, and so I just never did anything else. And you know, it's a very difficult career choice, but I wouldn't want to do anything else. Sometimes I'll sing to 300 people, and they're unaware that I'm in the room with them. And sometimes I'll sing to a room with 6 people, and they wish I wasn't in the room. But sometimes you get to play these lovely house concerts where everyone is there to listen to original music, and Julia and Randy and people like that are really taking care of you. And without people like you, I don't think I would be able to make a living. So thank you for doing this. And these are the kind of gigs that make it worthwhile. But this song's about all the other gigs. And it's called Feels Like Living. I landed on the runway in Chicago, bought a coffee and then I traded it for a beer. And the connecting flight to Austin felt like nothing. I'm gonna give this place the best part of a year. And the woman at the motel is hard of hearing. She doesn't understand the way I speak. So I straighten out my accent and give her every last cent. Said I need a room to see me through the week. And I'm hungry, but the work's not coming easy. I'm tired, except for when I'm not awake. And I put on my shirt and tie, tell myself another lie. No, you're not gonna miss another lucky break. And I wake up early in the morning and fill the day with useful things to do. But the only time it ever feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. My show last night was wrapped up by 11. There was 11 people breathing in that air. two who knew my name, two who just watched the game, seven drowning sorrow with despair. These Sunday nights, they're breaking me so slowly, chasing down that runaway thrill. Sometimes trying to play the game feels like trying to find a vein. I'm sick and tired of pushing water up this hill, and still I'll wake up early every morning, and I'll fill the day with useful things to do. But the only time it ever feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, when I'm down beneath the surface with you.
Thank you.
When you walk in the garden, you better watch your back. Yeah, and I beg your pardon. Walk the straight and narrow track. When you walk with Jesus, He's gonna save your soul. But you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. He's got the fire and the fury at his command, and you don't have to worry when you hold on to Jesus' hand. He'll keep you safe from Satan when the thunder rolls. But you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. About Jesus' mighty sword, and they'll shield you with their wings, and you'll be close to the Lord. And don't you be to temptation when your hands are so cold, 'cause you gotta keep the devil, keep him down in the hole. Your back, yeah, and I beg your pardon. Walk the straight and narrow track. When you Jesus, he's gonna save your soul. But you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down in the hole.
Way down.
Way down in the hole. Oh, you know you gotta keep the devil. Keep him way on down in the hole. Thank you. Colin Brooks on guitar there. Every time I write a new song, I send it to my parents in Ireland first. They're my biggest fans. Feels like a safe place to send a new song. And my dad texted me one day and it just said, "Please stop sending us these sad songs." So I tried to write the happiest thing I could, and I spent a few hours and came up with this song, and it's called Capsize. It's the happiest thing I could come up with. Here's how it goes. Oh, this is on. It's 1:30, it's midday sun, it's let's just get away, it's a midweek holiday, it's a case of wine, name your place and time, it's not security, it's not stability, I don't have money, no place, no plan, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. I'm easy, I'm slow, and I can be lazy, I know, but I'm right where I wanna be, so spare me the third degree. I'm the ripple in your drink, I'm a smile that's out of sync, I'm the rainbow at your funeral, I speak in Roman numerals, I'm almost inconsumable, my parachute's on fire, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. that you know, like I know. I'm the bottom of the pyramid. I'm socially inhibited. I'm headstrong, but it's a heavy load. When the wolves are at the door, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. It's so much better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all.
Thank you.
Did they like that one?
Yeah. He was able to tap his feet to it.
You could write sad songs with up tempo.
That's it. That's the key.
Nobody knows.
Disguise it. Well, I lost my mother a few years back, and she was only 64, and it was very unexpected. And I'd been living over here for 5 or 6 years at the time, and didn't spend enough time with her. And thankfully, I got to get back to Ireland to be with her for a few days before she passed away. But life just hasn't been the same ever since. And thankfully, I see her in my dreams all the time. And I woke up about a year after she died and wrote down a bunch of things I'd love to hear from her, and I put them in this song. It's called Mam's Song.
There's an emptiness here, now you're gone. There's one less voice in my world. There's one less number in my phone. And my safety net fell flush to the floor. Now it's a deathly trapeze. And what am I doing it for? But you come to me in the night, singing Edelweiss and giving me wisdom. And you say, what's for you won't pass you. They can't buy what you don't sell. If everybody loves you, then you're not being yourself. Value minutes more than pennies. Don't ever put a price tag on your soul. And let go of the begrudgers. Hold on to your friends. Keep close the ones that love you, 'cause they'll be there in the end. And fill yourself up with kindness. Don't let malice have a place in your soul. You're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric. You're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid. I'm here on the sideline, and I'll walk with you in the darkness. I'll celebrate the light, but you're not on your own. So I'll keep singing until I can't sing anymore. I'll see your face in the crowd. I'll remember the things that you wore, and I'll strive to be the man you taught me to be. And then when the waters get rough, in my dreams you'll whisper to me, you're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric, you're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid, I'm here on the sideline, and I'll walk with you through the darkness. I'll celebrate the light, but you're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric, you're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid, I'm here on the sideline, and I'll walk with you in the darkness. I'll celebrate the light, but you're not on your own.
Thank you. All right, here's a little palate cleanser.
Born worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? We all know the words now, everybody. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that? And we'll keep going till everybody's singing. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? Beautiful. What the fuck is that about? Right, very quietly. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? We're whispering. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? What the fuck is that about? Top of your lungs. Born a worm, spins a cocoon, goes to sleep, wakes up a butterfly. Oh, what the fuck is that about? the fuck is that about?
Thank you. All right, we got a couple more songs left. Thanks again for sticking around with us here. I'll do this song. He likes being kept on his toes.
I don't mind at all, except when you want me to play on the first note.
Why can't you read this?
Because I'm old and blind. Why can't you text it to me?
Because you're old and blind.
Because you're old and blind. Look at all that gray hair in his beard. You're catching up to me, Patty. I'll wait right here for you.
I think you look great.
Oh, thank you. When I first talked to Pat, not the first time I met him, but the first time we actually chatted, he just, Colin, you're a very handsome man.
Was that your Irish accent?
I said, so are you, Pat. He's like, I know.
I hate that impression. But the transcript was correct. Well, we live in Austin, and there's a lot of Texas people in the house. And I recorded this song from the great Guy Clark a few years ago. It's one of my favorite songs. We're going to do it for you.
Well, I wished I was in Austin, at the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas, not caring where you are. But here I sit in Dublin, rolling cigarettes, holding back and choking back the shakes with every breath. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, yeah, I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. Well, I am just a poor boy, work's my middle name. If money was a reason, then I would not be the same. I'll stand up and be counted, I'll face up to the truth. I can walk away from trouble, but I can't walk away from you. And so forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, yeah, I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. I have been to Fort Worth. I have been to Spain. I have been too proud to come in out of the rain. I have seen the David. I've seen the Mona Lisa too. And I have heard Doc Watson playing Columbus Stockade Blues. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, yeah, I love you tie-dye. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. And I wished I was in Austin. At the Chili Parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are.
They really used Mad Dog to make a margarita.
Say again?
They really used Mad Dog to make a margarita.
I think it's just a random name, isn't it? It's just a cheap margarita.
Well, that's the kind of wine you drink under the bridge, right? Yeah. I think they, who knows? Us songwriters, we take a couple licenses here or there.
I've had a Mad Dog margarita. Just tasted like a margarita. Yeah, I mean, I'm no expert, but
Well, I was going to say.
if it was Guinness. Anyway, we're going to leave you with this song. Thank you so much for being here. Colin Brooks and all these things he's playing. Thanks so much to Julia and Randy for their hospitality and having us all here. And happy birthday, America.
Through the winter's ice and cold, down Nicollet Avenue, a city aflame fought fire and ice beneath an occupier's boots. King Trump's private army from the DHS, guns belted to their coats, came to Minneapolis to enforce the law, or so their story goes. Against smoke and rubber bullets, in the dawn's early light, citizens stood for justice, their voices ringing through the night. And there were bloody footprints where mercy should have stood, and 2 dead left to die on the snow-filled streets, Alex Preddy and Renee Good. Oh, Minneapolis, I hear your voice crying in the bloody mist. Here in our home they killed and roamed in the winter of 26. We'll take our stand for this land and the strangers in our midst. And we'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Trump's federal thugs beat up on his face and his chest. And then we heard the gunshots, and Alex Preddy lay in the snow dead. Their claim was self-defense, sir. Just don't believe your eyes. It's our blood and bones and these whistles and phones against Miller and Ohm's dirty lies. Oh, our Minneapolis, I hear your voice screaming in the bloody mist. Oh, I remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Well, they say they're here to uphold the law, but they trample on our rights. If your skin is black or brown, my friend, you could be questioned or deported on sight. And in our chance of ice out now, our city's heart and soul persists. Through broken glass and bloody tears on the streets of Minneapolis. Oh, our Minneapolis, I hear your voice singing in the bloody mist. Here in our home they killed and roamed in the winter of 26. We'll take our stand for this land and the stranger in our midst, and we'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Yeah, we'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.